opened a full box of chocolates, and I tried some, and I stay with my opinion of hating chocolate.
I am shocked. This has shaken me up. I mean, I do understand it because
Wait, you're not shocked that I don't like chocolate?
I'm shocked that you can actually say this. I mean, this should be a no-go, actually. I like chocolate.
Are you gonna be one of the white old men who are telling me what to say and not to say?
Yeah,
are you gonna block me now?
and stuff. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because I am an old.
I dare you. Okay,
I am an
dare
old
you.
boomer mentally, so that makes sense. But I can attest that this box of chocolates was not the best I've had in my life. I've had like 11, and I'm fine, but I could have
11.
stopped at like
Imagine
5.
she's had something that is of the size of what? I don't know what those
like
are.
2
even.
thumbs. Come on, it's small.
Yeah, but 11. It's just giving. It's sending me.
But I've had a chocolate bar before also, and a couple of other things. But it also
Today.
Yeah.
Are you mad? And you ate all of that
No
in
problem.
one go?
I could eat so much still. I mean, mind you, this is the first
I'm
day
not
of my
even
period.
judging it.
I want to say.
I'm just surprised.
That's
because
why I was
after half of it, I thought I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
vomit.
but you have different. Like, I give you a drink, and you were like, "That's sweet," and I'm like, "No, that's not sweet." So people have different.
I
like,
also
tastes.
had loads of garlic, which you did tell me that you can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just took a breath.
So I'm sorry.
You just took a breath in, and I was
and
like,
it wasn't
okay,
even
it's
like
happening.
a garlic naan or anything.
Yeah. So so everyone loves what they love, but again, I want to say this is my first day of my period, and I have my limits on these days are. My limits in general are rogue with chocolate, and on that specific day, it's even worse. I was like, I knew you were going to bring that box of chocolates somehow.
No, mind you,
and
she texted me earlier.
I was like, are you taking it with you today specifically? Because I would very much need it today.
Would you ask me to buy something on the way if it weren't for that box of chocolates that you knew I'm going to get?
Possible. And of course, because on that first day I could eat everything. I would have like a pizza. I think I said it before. I could have like a Pizza Hut, like a hot dog, go to McDonald's, and maybe I'm gonna go. Actually, I have no limits on that day, and I stopped fighting myself.
That's okay.
I mean,
I'm
at this age anyway.
Life,
you can stop fighting yourself on many levels.
Yeah.
I like your hairstyle as well. Looks like,
really?
Of course, it got created by accident, but it looks kind of nice.
Thank you.
It looks like you sort of like woke up, but also like ready for wine o'clock.
That's my vibe always. Like, just not let people know exactly what is happening.
What is happening?
Slept
exactly. Has she had breakfast yet, or is this her dinner? Yeah, I understand. Like, never let them know your next move.
And the previous one as well.
Well, I always tell myself that I will, like, whenever I want to exit, like, a relationship, friendship, whatever, situationship, I always tell myself,
Where's
like,
the segue here? Sorry. How did you just
No, I'm going to, like, elaborate. I always want to say that I'm not going to, about next moves, for last moves.
Oh, right.
I always want to be like, okay, this is the last meeting I'm going to go to because I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I'm not going to go into detail and like confess too much. And of course, like I confess everything happening in my life. I just cannot help it. I mean, confess like.
No, I know, but you do.
But I do share.
You don't keep a lot to yourself.
I do actually keep quite a lot to myself still, but I just share a lot. And
maybe you should stop lying.
I just don't think I should have friends, to be honest. That is my, like, I should not, because that's a long story, but just
I'm not even giving her any signs. She just like decided,
like, stopped myself and was like,
whatever, I don't feel like doing. Just like a toddler that needs to go and just sleep for a solid 30 probably, because she's like, I've had enough. I'm not gonna fight for that toy.
Exactly. No, but anyway, I just I'm at this point in my life where I feel like I either give space to people that I really like, and they like me, of course, which is hard to have that both ways. where I'm not gonna give space to people at all, which is so interesting to me. And
I've lost the plot, really. You're given a lot of space, or you're giving none?
No, I want to
Just
give space to just
elaborate.
people that I really like, and just give no space to people that I am not, that are like lukewarm. But I've always
Yeah.
given a lot of space to everyone because that's who I am. People pleaser. Dung, 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 dung,
You're
dung.
totally a dog kind of person.
A dog. You're a cat. Yeah.
Fully. Yeah.
So this is like a weird phase of my life, but I haven't cried yet, and I mean it's interesting.
Ooh. And we know it's going to happen very soon because what's the season? It's Adele season. The season is divorce, babes. Divorce.
I mean, I'm not gonna get a divorce, hopefully, but
No, it's was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? You went to this Adele concert
2 years
in
ago.
Munich, that she had this huge kind of like a Vegas residency, but in Germany,
But better, yeah.
but European. Yeah, was it better though?
I mean,
It was like a whole,
but it was like a whole
festival.
venue built for
Yeah.
her. Like there was nothing there.
Yeah, of course, it's Adele.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're gonna listen because it's kind of an
I
anniversary.
already sort of listened to that one song that always makes me emotional and that really talks about my journey as well. This sounds so
Only
stupid
one?
whenever I'm hearing
I think
this.
Adele has at least
No, but I haven't
70% of her songs.
No, but she
are.
also has songs about stuff that I don't relate to, like divorce exactly, like having children and stuff like that. So, but I just relate to one song specifically, I guess, in the past 2 years. I even got a little tattoo around it. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely the
We're in August, lady.
August meeting September. That's when I turned something off. With one. Hello. It's me.
It's May.
It's May.
No, go on.
Okay, I'm not gonna go the British because I can. But there's a new Love Is Blind. Oh my god, I'm so chaotic today. Oh my god, what did I want to say? Yeah, just like the vibes.
This one Adele song that you're always
I
going
was
back
talking
to.
about October vibes.
Yeah,
which is
so August,
meets-
the end of
meets
August
fall.
and the beginning of September.
It's
very
such
Adele coded.
It's so
altogether.
weird. Like, of course we love the fall, so we're like, yeah. Let's jump into it. Let's. I mean, it couldn't come early enough. But then on the other hand, you're like, oh, I need to process this and that, and it's getting like darker, and I want more tea, but we're still in the summer. I'm so confused these days.
You're confused.
Yeah,
in
I'm
general.
very,
I feel like
very curious. Like, I don't know what's
need to
happening. I'm better than I was yesterday, mind you.
Okay, that's good to know. That is very good to know, actually.
Yeah.
So I should give you a pat on the back probably for doing well today. Should I?
Yeah. I have like 23% of energy, to be honest, because of so much chaos going on in my head.
Well, what's the chaos? Like, the weather is finally giving normal, slowly, but it does.
And that's the problem for me because we're still in the summer and the vibes are already there, but I cannot fully yet do it because we're still in the summer. And this is where my confusion comes in. Let's leave it at that.
So you want to? So Love Is Blind UK.
Yeah, Love
Have
Is
you been
Blind UK
watching?
is out there. Just wanted to say, I don't have a great accent, but
Just
people
if
on it
you,
probably
it's
do.
like what's the blackboard? It's
Like
just
mood board. It's a mood board.
Oh, it's a mood board.
I'm giving a mood board today.
We're
Like
gonna
this, I
inform
feel like
people
this
about
week.
what was just released. Like
Yes.
they don't have the internet.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
somehow
So
they are
Love Is Blind
listening.
is out, and I feel like maybe I'm gonna watch it because also a problem with the summer for me is I don't watch anything. I don't indulge in anything because I just can't concentrate. It's too hot, too loud, too anything. My OCD, ADD, whatever it's happening, ADHD is happening very roughly all at once. And I cannot focus on anything. But I feel like now it's getting like a little bit dark. I've already had a fair share of Earl Greys last week.
Of course.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm getting ready to concentrate and to sit down, but also to sit down and relax. I would have to like put my sofa coverage in the like washing machine, also wash the curtains. I feel like I need seasons changing for me is always like I need
a hard cut.
I need to declutter. I need to do this, do that. Like exactly, a hard cut.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm confused, because I'm like, where do I start? Like, when do I do it? Do I just, and then I have no energy, so I just want to lay down.
Yeah, but we're not there, so you don't need to plan. And you can plan ahead, but you don't need to think about it really today.
You're in a much better shape, I feel like.
Yes. I'm sorted. I'm calm. I actually wanted to say that the vibes are very good. I feel very mentally healthy.
Oh, wow. This is interesting, because you really haven't had a mental breakdown this summer.
Yes.
This is huge.
But I have to say,
you should write it in your calendar if you had one. I can write it for you.
Yeah.
I think I might have another piece of chocolate, actually.
Yeah. Just go off.
We just want a marzipan, and we're just like not that crazy sweet.
It's marzipan?
It's like...
Is that a word? In English?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Marzipan?
I've never heard
like
anyone say
almond
that.
paste? Whatever.
It's giving like curry paste, but
this one is more dry. Like, it's not that thick.
No, but the weather was
Someone
really
is giving me looks in the background, and I see it, and I feel like...
And it's not me, just FYI.
Is it about me having another piece of chocolate, or what is the issue?
Is there an issue altogether?
Barely speaks English, but fucking nodding.
Let him live a little.
What's that mean?
Let him live a little.
Love him. So you're mentally healthy? Interesting.
Yeah, I feel very good. I'm just minding my own business.
I feel like you're a little bit dry. Like, for the past 2 days, you're like very...
I'm busy.
Like,
I'm not
hard to impress. Like, very like unimpressed, just simply.
Unimpressed because what would there be to be impressed about?
I like to be hyped, which is rare.
Hyped, but what? You didn't even send any ideas or like major plan updates for your life or anything. It's just nothing, really. I'm sorry to say
that. Nothing. This was my British.
You should have your own segment and just doing your
on the BBC
British beats.
Can you dive right into great?
So it is actually
Grey divorce, because I feel like I've lost the plot there yesterday.
Grey divorce?
Yeah.
What?
This is what you wrote to me yesterday. Grey divorce in BBC, and about people getting divorced at a certain age. You didn't send this to me yesterday?
Oh,
I dreamt it?
Right. No, I
dreamt it? What is happening?
I have had such crazy dreams. I woke up the other day, 2 days ago, I woke up, and you know when your brain tells you at the end of a really, really problematic situation where you feel like there's no escape, and your brain tells you can escape this by just waking up because it's not your reality, and you're like, snap. Thank you so much.
I so rarely remember my dreams that I don't think that is one of my issues.
But that was so terrible because I was in a very, very bad situation in that dream. Without going into details, it was well, I don't know, but it really was not. It looked very bad for me. It was ugly, and so and then I was like, wait, how does your brain process that? And where's the line in between? Like the brain still functioning while you're asleep, sort of, is really astonishing.
Running in the background.
It is, and I was so grateful. But I woke up and I couldn't believe how lucky I am.
Do you
not
believe
to be
in dreams being little prophecies in some way or something like that?
No, I just believe in the fact that the things that I haven't processed during the day, obviously, and it always happens.
So that means that I process everything because I have no dreams that I remember.
I don't know what the exact...
Or I don't my brain is just like, fuck this, she hasn't processed anything. So let's leave it at that. She's not able to process anything farther. Could be, yeah. I would totally believe that.
IQ related. Yeah. How about that? Right in the wound. Okay.
Right in the what?
A wound? A wound?
I thought like in the womb.
In the womb.
And I'm like, whoa.
A wound also is a great one. So it seems to be marzipan, but I've never heard anyone say that, and it is in fact an almond paste.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm an expert. Trust me.
I don't know anything about that.
I like marzipan. I'm not sure how it's called, like marzipan bread, or like it's not bread with marzipan, but it's like a marzipan that has the shape of a bread loaf, and you just cut it.
Oh, like a block.
Yeah, it's like a huge bar.
Yeah, like it looks like many fudges next to each other.
Exactly.
Sounds absolutely terrible.
I feel like I'm breathing very loudly today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is part of the chaos. Very sorry. I'm just gonna, I think, move that.
So Great Divorce. I almost forgot about it because I was
Yesterday you made like a big announcement, like, oh, boomers again, like doing something new, and I was like, okay, I didn't like have time to wrap my head around it, and now today you're pretending like it didn't happen.
Because I fully forgot, and I had a hard time connecting it to, because what I was doing is I was listening to the radio. That was one thing, but that was in the morning, and then that was.
And your ages.
What?
I was listening to the radio. How old are you?
Oh.
78.
Yeah, I'm about 98. Why do you ask? That's an ageist question. So I was listening to the radio, and then in the evening, I played one of the videos or whatever, of Oprah's, I don't know, is that a talk show? She has a thing on YouTube, and I saw something called that women particularly, but I think it's in general for relationships, are quietly checking out emotionally, but not actually going through the stress of a divorce.
This is the strangest thing.
And so I thought isn't that like of any revelation, but
isn't that like almost any marriages work like that?
Well, that I don't know. But I was very happy with them not pretending like it has not happened ever before and like someone invented it right now. But it was just based off of an article from either the New York Times or something.
Yeah.
And someone just said, really, this was happening to our moms and grandmas. Really, no one really just had the title for that. So I ended up learning nothing from that. I'm very sorry. So that was one thing related to the divorce, but
they check out in terms of like nothing is being said. Like I don't go to my husband and say like I don't like you anymore.
We don't do things together. I do my girlfriend kind of vacation. I plan
this
that.
Sounds like most marriages to me, to be honest. At some point.
Well, if that's the case, then it's a rather strange trend.
I'm not saying that this is normal. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying this is normal or healthy or whatever, but I'm just saying it keeps happening, I feel like. Especially with people that have been together forever. They either love each other or they do what you just said. So like they quietly check out.
I don't know. Honestly, whatever works for people.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whatever. So the first thing, actually, the radio thing, the Great Divorce thing, was something that was just briefly discussed, that apparently more and more people that are in their 50s and later in their life are now getting a divorce, which obviously also is just a result of like how historically we've moved on as a society, right? From being in relationships and long-term.
What are the age groups that are being affected by this, or like
50 plus?
50 plus.
So the conversation was around this being a fact, and how that influences the kids that no longer are kids in a sense of, an age thing, but they still are their parents'
and everyone
children.
I love that. So they probably thought that if they are kids
like
are 30 and you're getting divorced, exactly, then they don't care.
And the adult kids sort of were like, well, we do care because this is not normal and it's not good to learn about your long affair that you've had for the past 20 years, Dad, which most of the parents actually were, part of something like that, where it was usually the father having had a relation, like a side
that sounds
thing.
A little bit biased, right?
But so depending on whoever called in, and like you don't even know nowadays, is it all just set up to sound what it? I don't even care, but that was the picture. And that people are now, that's called Great Divorce because of the age of the people. Because, you know, we were talking about like, oh, people no longer want to be in relationships in general, or young people give up their marriages or relationships very easily and quickly. But really it's happening with people who would, for many, many years, really talk to you about like how you should work on things and not throw things out and keep working and fixing things.
Yeah.
And like, hello, maybe you were, you know, teaching us things that really...
Yeah, to be honest,
and I don't blame people. You know why? Because I always say if there is wedding, there is divorces, right? And I'm fine with that. But
not blaming.
However,
also, especially because I think this is my theory. Of course, like psychologists or whoever can disagree. But my take on this is the worst idea ever. And again, this is my take and my idea is getting into a long-term relationship or marriage, however you want to call it, before 30. I think that your life changes dramatically after school and when you're about to study or work and in your first work lives. I feel like, of course, there can be people that are more mature, people that are like have been waiting to be in a relationship or marriage for a long time. They want kids early. I understand like other reasons, but I just don't see it. And I think a lot of marriages that I met that have been together for such a long time, like met at like 15 and together until like 60 or whatever going on. Yeah. I just think that they are completely different people than the people they were when they met.
First of all, I'm not even to argue with you, but the people who are now 60 have lived in a completely different time. So things were different back then. And there was a huge push on families more than making, you know, having a huge career, and not even women versus men, but everyone. That was not the main push for a career.
Funny enough,
for growing.
Just like a side note, millennials don't have careers and families either. We have like nothing. We just have overthinking and like OCD
of a lot of things because of how this world works. Which I also quite recently, last week actually, decided to just not care about AI, not care about all that kind of stuff. Because like, why would I? I'm not going to influence anything. I'm just going to let people do their thing if they think that that's the right thing to do.
This is the decision
and I'm just going to drive my own party.
Yeah.
Without anyone noticing, just going about my business.
Perfect.
I made this, like, literally I made the decision.
Like, yeah, you said it like it proclaimed I had a one-person board in front meeting. Of you. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I mean, good.
And so I decided that I only want to have fun. And I think really, ultimately, that's just the goal in life, just to have fun.
And especially because it's coming from you and you're quite young, so you have so much time still.
And it's going to change
live with that mindset. But yeah, I wanted to say like probably 3 days.
But you know what? I think because when we were growing up, people would tell us that a lot of things are serious. Paying taxes,
everything,
politics,
not
relationships,
not
even.
A lot of things. To boomers, everything was fucking serious business.
Yeah, and even people that are older than our parents, they would always treat things.
Well, technically, like, our parents are not even boomers. Boomers, are
whatever
like,
the generation. Yeah. It's not a generational thing, really. It's just about what the times were and where the focus was in that period of time versus where the focus is today.
Yeah.
If the focus today is me having to fight a robot, okay, I will let you in. I don't have a problem with that.
You're just like giving up?
No, I'm choosing myself. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And that's a new tattoo, okay? Put it on your thigh.
No, but
do you get me? Like, there's nothing I can do, and because I'm not a tech savvy person in terms of wanting to understand that, because there's nothing to understand, in my opinion, personally.
Slay.
That's how I. I'm just like, okay, because if you really stop thinking about that and start getting angry about, of course, AI just being like a big title for all kinds of stupid changes happening in the world. What does it change for you personally? It doesn't affect my life, really.
I think...
and just getting upset about this changes my life.
Yeah,
but not thinking about it.
But I think, like, what I get upset mostly about is, of course, AI partly changing the job market completely and stuff like that. But I'm mostly annoyed by that everything is so unstable now. Whatever they told us to like focus on, like do this, do that, like study, do this. Everything is just like falling apart. And I'm like, okay, so I have to like redo myself every week. I'm just tired, I guess. And I see this trend also on social media, like a lot of millennials going on the record and saying like, okay, we're just like fucking tired and we just want to live our lives.
Yeah, everyone's tired. But that also is an age for us to get tired because you feel that none of your hard work or really trying to make things better or whatever, and whether it's work related, you know, your personal life or whatever, you're never going to win, really. So it's more, I don't think it's that the time is more or less stable than it used to be. I think it's just slowly getting rid of that narrative of things ever being stable. I think that's what it is. You were sold a lie about the fact that anything's going to be stable.
Yeah, once you do this and that, you'll get to a point where everything will be just stable and like nothing
But
is
it's
stable.
like when people tell you,
the only thing
you shouldn't really want to be an actress. You should go for a normal job, like be a teacher, be a whatever, accountant. Mm-hmm. But that's more what it is, rather than that the reality has changed, obviously, but it's still the media controlling a lot of it, and it's still the same people who used to be really wealthy. They really still are, and their kids are gonna be the same, and their grandkids as well, probably. So I don't think there's many things that are, and in fact will in the future change for us. Like we're not actually gonna have funny flying shoes instead of having to get on a flight on a plane, you know what I mean? Like none of that is going to change. Nothing that we thought back in the 90s
about the future, like
about
what
2050 will look like,
exactly.
You know, is actually going to happen. So I think it's time for us to just chill, because there are in fact a lot of things that are serious when you think about it, because you want to be safe, and you know, there's all sorts of moral conundrums probably that are going to get you involved in some thoughts. But other than, like, why would I really just want to have a good time.
This is, I think, what we've said in one of our first episodes was also like, this is the age when you sort of like come to the conclusion that whatever like was super new and like so big has already happened, and not big in a way like nothing's good gonna ever happen again, but it's just like now you can just like, okay, this is what I've learned, this is what I know, world keeps changing, I just sit here and just enjoy myself.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is the vibes. And I feel that as well, but I feel like also this year has been quite eventful in terms of like stuff happening at work and things, and just waiting for certain decisions. And I feel like I've been running on a lot of adrenaline, where like I didn't really process a lot of things. And now it dawned on me. It dawned on me that I am actually tired, because I just didn't live out the tiredness and the emotions when I should have, because that's my character. It's like it's just like, it's gonna be fine. I just go ahead, and dopamine, let's have fun. Plan things, and now I am at this point, I'm like, I'm so tired. I just want to lay down.
Yeah, but that's you, not the state of the world.
Yeah, that's just me. But it has
it
is a lot also it has a lot to do with like overstimulation and just stuff happening all the time, I feel like.
Yeah, but that's the cycle of our life in general. Like it happens every couple of weeks or couple of months. And then when you look back and you look at what you like doing, like thinking of what this year was for me, and you know, having that emotional hard cut in terms of like, I need to think what it was, what it brought me, what it's taken from me, sort of, just so I know where I am. Are your thoughts going to be majorly different to what they were a year ago, for example? Because obviously you're going to blend out a lot of things that happened in the past.
I think it's so hard to compare. And also, looking back, nothing is as serious as you thought it was in the moment. So
bonjour.
Yeah. J'écoute. But no, I'm totally with you on this. Yeah.
So you should practice that. And it's not like practice like, really, I'm so far from manifesting. I'm so far from doing any of the mantras and whatever people do, like lose their teeth on those Pilates machines.
Okay.
You know, it looks scary.
I thought that's a new trend. Immediately. Like, nothing is weird enough these days. I was like, oh, now losing your teeth is a trend? Oh my God.
Probably. I mean, anything can be a trend because people are just bored if everyone wears the same and looks the same way. Whatever. So I think ultimately you're going to be fine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You just need to listen more to music, and you just because you're fine. You know what I mean? There's people who actually suffer.
Yeah.
And it's not
yeah.
even about
I think you need
the
to
black and
set
white
yourself
comparison.
into context always, and just think like, okay. And also, I think like problems for overthinkers and people that try to make up, maybe not make up problems, but sort of like think ahead and make solutions for everything that potentially might happen. And it's just a waste of time in many cases, because like whatever happens, and you've already shown to yourself that whatever happens, you somehow handle. Unless you're dead, then you cannot handle much, but that's also not on you. I think like, yeah, definitely like mood for this year going forward and for the next years should be like, fucking relax. Just relax.
Yeah, at all times, really.
Just relax.
I think now that I think of it, just one
serious.
thing I have to...
Unless there is some really serious, like people like...
Yeah, but there's going to be
unhealthy.
serious stuff in everyone's life when
Yeah.
you get older, and you possibly...
Yeah.
Not even get older, but sometimes just things happen to you. People break arms and legs, and like some people have like actual health issues, and for very long periods of time, or their loved ones have problems or whatever. But you yourself, you're fine. And it's also very important just to remind yourself of the fact that it really is okay, and it's not going to strip you of any energy of time or anything.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if you do go watch something it's just going to make you laugh, for example, instead of having to think about, I really just like...
Yeah. Fully
Go
understand.
live your life.
Fully,
if there's
fully
going to be
agree.
another Brexit or things like that, you should have voted, and you would have seen it happen. Would you have seen it happen? No, because other people have an influence on things like that as well, you know? And
Exactly.
that just a silly little
but this
example, but you know what I mean.
But this
it's
is
not just you in this world.
Groundbreaking in that sense, because I'm just talking from the perspective of someone who really loves controlling.
I thought you would say chocolate. I don't know why.
No, really likes controlling in the sense of like maybe not controlling others, but
yo.
yeah, but like having everything planned out and making sure that I control things around me and that I have an influence on everything. And actually this year has shown me I have none. I have like to some extent, but then I'm just like then off you go, like sort of like you just wait for stuff to happen. And this is so...
Yeah, but you didn't have to sell your couch, did you?
Come on. You don't understand. I just loved control. I love in January to have a plan for December. This is how I live. I live on calendars. I live on plans. I live of what am I going to do. I have a plan for everything. I have plan A, B, Z, everything. And this is a year where I actually don't. And the fear of it was bigger than the actual situation is, I can assure. And this is so interesting. Will this be stuck with me? Like, will I stick with that? Like, okay, it's fine. You don't have to control things and just relax. Or will I start over in the next year and just say like, I need to control everything again? I'm just curious.
Yeah, but isn't it like that when you think of, I need to have this amount of savings in my bank account?
Oh my God.
Or under my bed.
This is a tough topic. Why did you bring that up?
No, but people usually, I think we're driven by those semi-goals.
Yeah.
Or I need to have this amount, or I need to have gone to this country, or this is my list of the restaurants I wanted to go to, even just like whatever the plan is. And then sometimes it's helpful, and sometimes it's just a gap filler for other things.
Yeah.
And usually, I mean, there's so many things.
I think we need to, this is going to be very straightforward. It's simple and nothing new, but I think we really need to appreciate what we have and put much more attention on what you have, what you've done, what you've achieved. And it can be like small stuff, like, I don't know, cleaning your fucking bathroom. That's fine. You don't have to have these huge plans and huge agendas. And I think this is what we've been sold so much. Like, you need to like have a full plan. Like, if you have one apartment, get another one, get a third one. Like,
but look at who was promoting that. The people who were always loud about it. So it was the people who, if you're loud about all of these things, then you probably have the time to do that, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of quiet goal achievers or quiet wealth also.
Yeah, and also
you feel
goals can be so different as well. And I think like we were sold this one idea, like you need this and that, you need 3 apartments, like, or a house.
but
you need a family, of
idea-
course. Once you have one kid, that's not enough. When are you going to have the second one? When are you have the third one? And what's next? Like, what is your next career
human
step?
nature. Let's just be fair in that case.
But I was a long time believing in it. I think you stopped believing in it fairly quickly, or you never believed in it. I was a follower in that sense. I was like, okay, this is what I need to. And I still, to this day, I have days or like moments in my life when I think, okay, I'm not going to have a second or a third apartment. Am I a fucking loser? I have that a lot. Because I think also when you get that at home, that you're told that, okay, like, for example, like financial success or like building something is so important that you constantly have to like climb the ladder. And I realized this year, like, I actually don't have to do that. This is new to me.
We were also talking about it probably like 2 weeks ago, where I did tell you that I watched a report about people who are now retired and what their circumstances are. And there was a couple where they had, after having paid all of their invoices and whatever the bills are that they have,
or whatever.
And, sorry?
Debt.
Yeah, stuff like that. All kinds of things. They still had a fair amount of money to either save or spend on whatever monthly. And it was an interesting case because
how old were they?
60, I don't know, 8, 7, something between 70 for sure. And they had a normal house, normal life, whatever. But they said specifically, and it was in a time that I think only him, I don't remember exactly. I feel like either she was a stay-at-home mom for her entire life probably, or she had a very minor job, because we were only talking about what he really brought to the home budget budget. Which might have just been like an awful narrative of him only, talking about that. But so I was thinking about it, and he did say at the end of that report that, I have worked my entire life in one huge concern. Is that a word? Like one huge company?
Like a huge company,
yeah. Or like a huge company group or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would just, every 2-3 years, I would just change my job title. I would get paid more. Every single year, I would get my salary, like a little increase due to, the times changing and stuff like that. And I never really worried about this. I just would wake up and go to work, and that was my basic setup. And how often does it happen to us nowadays? You don't really stay in one job forever. In some countries it happens more.
Even you're like considered, I think somehow I feel like you're considered lazy. Like, you've been here 5 years.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
and sometimes if you stay longer in companies, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're automatically going to be promoted.
No,
because
exactly.
he obviously, it was, I don't know him. It wasn't like a deep zoomed in kind of a profile of a person. But still, he didn't seem bothered about it. He said, like, literally, I would wake up, take my whatever back to work, and I would just do my 8 hours or whatever, and that was it. And I had a family. I have a daughter. She now has a daughter who's studying, and this is our life. So obviously it sounds very just not at all spectacular.
No,
when
but
you think
I feel like
about
also
any of
life
that,
was a bit more straightforward back then.
Yeah, but it's just ultimately what it's all about is that a lot of things have changed. You could live that life, but I think because of the opportunities we have nowadays also, it doesn't seem like you want to stay in that one position, because you know that there probably is something that would pay more.
Yeah.
Or that, okay, we now have those opportunities. I should probably get like a certificate or a course or whatever. And you feel like, what do I want to do? And you do, in fact, see other people who are traveling a lot. You do see other people who are buying all these apartments, cars, whatever. And I think this is what's driving your sort of emptiness or like willingness to also get there. And back then, the focus was on him waking up, having a family, going back home, having his
there's too
dinner
much
with
comparing,
them.
and of course, social media has contributed to this
Very negatively.
Majorly and negatively, yeah. Because you keep seeing people, and you just keep seeing some excerpts of their life. Big issue, and I think But this is so interesting. And also, I think we said it at some point at the beginning, like, okay, we're at this age. We think that not so much can change anymore. We've come to this phase where, like, we're going to be okay with so many things. Yet, so many things can still happen. It's just so crazy.
Tons of stuff could happen within a couple of months.
But it's also so funny with this phase of life, because when you're 20, you're like, you basically know what the next years are. Like, you're going to either study or work, maybe meet someone, maybe have children, maybe not, maybe travel, whatever. But after some age, when you already know or have done these things or decided not to do these things, you're like, okay, so now I don't have these big things to tick off. Like, what do I do with this? It's so interesting. Not boring at all. It's just interesting. And for people like me who love control, it's a bit stressful. It's like a bit like, it's like a little itch, you know, like it could be good, but could be bad. Like, you don't know. Interesting. The only thing I must say that I started thinking about, and I have been thinking about it more often, although it's not a fear that would lead me to some decisions, but it is a little bit of a fear. I don't like kids. I don't want to have them. But what if I die alone? This is literally like husband. Of course, I won't have children just because I would die alone. But I'm just thinking, wow, that just hits you. Like, what if I don't know anyone at this point? I don't like people. Like, I don't have many friends. Like, what? But then on the other hand, like, until I'm there, I might have friends. You don't know.
Yeah. And until so many things could happen. Your life could literally change within the next 3 months to something you never saw coming.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
But that the overall risk of being alive is that you never fully know, because you're never fully in control, because there's things happening, again, by other people who either vote yay or nay or like whatever, or you know, you are in a position where you can move if you want to move to another country, city, whatever.
Yeah.
But there were times where you would not have that freedom as well. So it's all just circumstances. All kinds of little and bigger circumstances. But you're sort of
like, I feel like you're very sorted. You're like fine.
Well, not really sorted. Sometimes when I think about being really, really old and potentially helpless in terms of not physically being there or whatever, and the world not being a friendly place, then I do think, oh, that's not a nice one. But that's going to be in like 50 years probably. So until then.
And I also try to tell myself, like, okay, everyone at some point will get weak, will get unhealthy. Everyone's parents dies. Like, we're all in this together. Like, you have to go through this, but a million gazillion other people have to go through that. I mean, it helps to think about, put yourself into perspective, and then, like, it's not me out here in the universe trying to survive all these things. It's just like,
yeah, it's not, but also
it's part of life.
How many, unless you really are a troubled individual, which we know a lot of, obviously from the media more than looking at you.
Yeah.
There's not that much stuff that you can go wrong with. I think you really have to do a couple of things that are going to drive you to a very bad position in life. But I don't, like, it would involve a lot of very bad decisions, mostly by, you know, just letting some substance take over your life, or very bad people, you know, things like that. So I think people should really stop talking about, ooh, that was awkward for him or her. Oh, that was like, you know, not really a lucky situation to be in, or like, ooh, you know, they got divorced, for example. That's, you know, they haven't thought it through probably. And that's just me. I remember us talking like 3 weeks ago about the divorce from Love Is Blind Sweden, where I was like, I did see it going. And I was negative about that girl. But, you know, ultimately, who cares? They're not going to write a story about you. And even if you look at people who are super famous and they're either internet information or whatever AI tells you about people when you Google them now.
Yeah.
What does it say? She's like a TV host. She has 2 kids and a dog, and they live in Nashville. Who cares? And she could be doing crazy stuff at home. You would never know.
Yeah. True. again, perspective,
It's
and not taking
perspective,
yourself so seriously, which is
Never.
very hard.
Never. But also, I think the fear, and particularly what really bugs me around living in this time that we were aware of a lot of things, is how our data is being used, how we're affected by all kinds of things, and you feel like your life in a way is monitored. And that's the scary bit in a way. But also, I think probably our generation may be the last one who probably will get away with a lot of things. I do hope so, at least, you know?
Hopefully. Yeah. Wow. This was, again, so philosophical. I feel like I'm just thinking about the mood and the songs that we could actually...
mentoring. That I really honestly should just like create a AI certificate for myself in one of those chats. And just like...
one of those
have
chats.
People pay me. Because like,
I'm just thinking about.
Do you need help?
No, I was just thinking about the mood of this episode.
The mood is gonna be what we're gonna think of before we're gonna post this one.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to say love is a battlefield, but I thought it's life is a battlefield. It's actually love.
I absolutely hate this song.
I know, but it's
absolutely hate it.
I actually kind of like it.
I know it's on one of your playlists, and I on Spotify there's this
you can
luckily thing where you can or exclude it from your taste or whatever, and I'm always like, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, Spotify.
But we'll think about this. Interesting take, and recommendation is not to take yourself too seriously. And then, is there a movie we could recommend on that note?
A very stupid movie that everyone should watch, and just like
relax.
The theme of our life, Clueless. Just watch Clueless. Whatever. Oh, really, whatever.
Wait, Clueless was a movie. What was a series as well, wasn't it? I loved it.
Was it?
I think I watched the series, not the movie. Was it with Alicia Silverstone?
Alicia Silverstone and the rest of the people, I don't know. I think Paul Rudd was her half brother.
He was there.
And with all my love and respect to all the other people, I just don't know their names.
Alicia Silverstone actually is quite cute. Still, she starred in a quite poor movie on Netflix last year, unfortunately.
Poor movie?
Poor in the sense of like it wasn't good.
Oh.
But I like her still. So that is Clueless is from 1995. Okay, but that is a coming of age, which is so interesting because we don't like coming of age.
Well, that wasn't really coming of age.
That was like
they were just having fun. It was really the level of not serious, and that was crazy.
But it's on Netflix, right? Wait.
Probably. Well, it depends on the country, right? But was it a movie or was it a TV show? I would say it was a movie.
It's supposed to come out on Netflix, actually.
Well, anyway, long story short,
I actually thought it was a series.
Well, maybe I got it all wrong.
But maybe I'm confusing. No, it's a movie. I think maybe I'm confusing it with like Sabrina the Teen Witch or
like
something.
90. What was the other thing? 92 to 10.
Okay,
or something.
Clueless started as a famous 95 feature film, but it was later adapted into a 3-season television sitcom. So I remember this actually, right. Which ran from 1996 to 99. Oh, a new modern sequel event series starring Alicia Silverstone has also been greenlit for Paramount Plus.
This is where I say we need to stop. Freedom, but not for everyone.
Free your mind. Maybe this is gonna be the mood.
We've already had that, but just of course
we did have that specific song.
I think we did.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
because
actually,
why not?
We were talking about
There's no rules. No one's gonna like create.
Well, I'm sorry to say that, but there are some rules.
Yeah.
Some rules, but
yeah. Yes.
Was that a good enough?
I feel very.
Talk
I feel
for you to wake up to.
I feel motivated, but I also need to go to sleep. I'm weak today, but yeah, I feel like this is a great start to something big.
Oh my god. Okay. Night.
Bye.